is Fox Calligraphy. Today we are going to learn Fox Calligraphy. All right, children?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So very quickly, let me tell you what is Fox Calligraphy. It is a fake handwriting, fake calligraphy. All right? It's a fake calligraphy. Now, let me show you how is it. See, this is a upstroke. This is a upstroke line going up. All right? Upstroke. Okay? And this is a downstroke. It is a thick line. Upstroke is a thin line and downstroke is a thick line. All right? See, this is a upstroke. All right? And when we are coming down, it is thick. It is a thick. All right? And now when we are coming down and taking a turn, this is called a underturn. Now this is my downstroke. So and this is my upstroke. All right. So this was my downstroke. I'm gonna give this a thick. Thick one. All right. This is my underturn. What is it? Underturn. Now, how will I make overturn? Children, how will I make overturn? So, this was my upstroke and this was my downstroke. So, this is my downstroke. I'm going to give this a thick one. Did you get that? This was my downstroke and I'm going up. Yes. Now, and this was my upstroke and I'm coming down. All right, this was my overturn. Now, what is my compound turn? This is a mixture of both. All right. So, what I'm going to do is upstroke, downstroke, upstroke. So, where is my downstroke? This was my downstroke. All right. So I'm going to give this a downstroke effect. This is my compound curve. All right, this is my compound curve. Now let's see oval curve. See, I am going upstroke and coming downstroke. See, this was my downstroke and I'm going upstroke. Let me show you again. Downstroke and upstroke. Making it a oval. So this was my downstroke. So I'm going to give this thick. All right. So this is a oval stroke. All right. Now coming to ascending loop. Ascending loop. See, ascending loops very useful in B, D, F, H, L and T. Okay, so ascending loop is what? Having, see, I'm gonna go this upstroke and come down. All right, this was my downstroke. I'm gonna give this a thick effect. This is very useful in making B, D, F, H, L and T. All these letters are having loop, right? So this is my ascending loop. Now what is descending loop? Downstroke and upstroke. So this was my downstroke. I'm going to give this a thick effect. In which alphabets are this useful descending stroke? It is useful in making G, Y, P and Z, isn't it? All these descending loop. So these was my some strokes in calligraphy which are very useful in Fox calligraphy. Let me revise again. See, this is upstroke, very thin. Thin. This is downstroke, thick. This is downstroke and a upstroke one, giving it an underturn. See, I'm showing you the arrow also. Downstroke, upstroke. Now this was my upstroke and downstroke. So upstroke, remember children, always thin line, and downstroke is a thick line. All right, now this is my compound curve. Up, thin, thick, and thin. So upstroke, downstroke, and upstroke. So this was my oval, this was my downstroke. And making it giving it nice oval shape. All right. This was my ascending loop. This was my descending loop. All right, children. Okay, now let's start with alphabets. Let us start with alphabets. Now, how I am going to make A, C? Let me start with lowercase alphabet. Okay, right? Lowercase alphabet. I'm going to give a oval shape first. This was my, watch carefully children, this was my downstroke. And I'm going upstroke, joining my oval. All right? And giving a little gap, very little gap, because I'm going to give a downstroke line and turn. All right. So where was my downstroke in this oval? Over here. Isn't it? So I'm gonna give this. And this was my downstroke, and I'm gonna cover this downstroke. Remember children, always in Fox calligraphy, we are giving it a fake calligraphy. So the left side of the downstroke need to be thick. All right, inside the letter, inside the letter. All right, this was my lowercase a. All right, this was my lowercase a. All right, now let me go with my lowercase b. All right, B. Now, downstroke, downstroke, and I am giving it a loop this way. See, giving it a loop and going downstroke. And from here, I am making a turn. So this was my B. This was my downstroke. I'm going to give this a thick effect. And over here, this was also my downstroke. So I'm going to give this B a little thick effect. All right, so this is my B. So now let me show you C. C here. Let me give this a curve, a line, upstroke, upstroke, and then downstroke, giving it a nice curve. So from here, I'm going to give this like a moon shape. I'm getting my C. So I'm going to color this. Color this. All right, children. I'll show you again my C. Upstroke, half the way upstroke. And I'm going to make a nice moon shape, like an arc. All right. So this was my downstroke. So I'm going to give this a nice thick effect. All right. This was my C. Now let's go to D. So D is again ascending loop, isn't it? So let us make this D. All right. Upstroke, coming down, and making a turn. Now, over here, I'm going to make an oval like A. Oval, but small one. So this was my downstroke. I'm going to give this wherever you're taking a pencil downwards side, we need to give that a thick effect. This was my D. All right, again, I'm going to show you D. See, this is my upstroke and I'm getting my D down. And now I'm making a oval shape. So this was my downstroke. I'm going to give this D a thick stroke. This was also my downstroke. So I'm going to give this D a thick stroke. Wherever your lines are thick, downside, you need to give those lines a thick stroke. Ma'am, is it correct? Janvi. Yes. Yes, Janvi. Yes, absolutely. All right. Now let's move on to our E. Same like C. Upstroke. Giving it a nice semicircle, like an arc, like a moon. And I'm getting from here inside. All right? Inside. So this is my E is facing upward, not this way. My E is facing upward. So I'm going to give this, take this, since this was my downstroke, isn't it? And over here also, my curve was my downstroke. Now you can fill in with any color, children. This thick line, you can give it with any colors. So I'll show you with colors also. First, let me teach you the basics. Then I'll come up with the colors. All right. So this was my lowercase A, B, C, D, and E. All right. This was my lowercase. Now let me show you with the uppercase. Now let's start with uppercase A. How was it? I'm gonna make upstroke. This was my upstroke, isn't it? Now this was my downstroke. What is this? What is this? This is my overturn, isn't it? My A is an overturn. Remember this one, overturn. So this was my downstroke, children. So I'm going to give this a thick. All right, a thick. Then I'm going to add this A. All right, let us see our uppercase B now. This is my downstroke. All right, this is my downstroke. And from here, I'm going to make it an oval, giving a triangle over here. See, children, there's a triangle forming here. Is it clear now? Yes, I'm gonna make a B. So this was my downstroke. I'm going to color this. Now this was my downstroke inside. So I'm going to give this a color. And this was also my downstroke. So I'm going to give this curve also the color. I'm going to show you with the colors also, children. First learn the basic, then we'll start with the any sketch pen of your choice. First learn the basics. So this was my B, downstroke. All right, now my uppercase C. Very simple. You just need to draw a semicircle. That's it. And from here, I'm going to give this, since this was my downstroke, so I'm going to give this a color. Join the upstroke. From here, I'm joining my upstroke. Remember, children, upstroke is always thin. See the alignments, children. Here it is thick and from here it is thin. Isn't it? Get your alignments correct. All right? Get all your alignments correct. I am joining from thick and then thin. See the transition, sorry. See the transition. How is it going on? How the change is coming? Thick and then thin. Isn't it? Now let's go to our uppercase D. All right. Now this was my downstroke, children. Downstroke. And from here, giving it a triangle shape. See, in between these lines, a triangle shape. And I'm going to give a nice D. So this was my downstroke. So I'm going to give this thick. And from here, this was my downstroke as well. So I'm joining my D with a thick stroke. This is my D. Now coming to my E. Look here very carefully. E. This is now C, this way. Now look at the transition, children. This was the downstroke. So I'm going to give this E a little color. And this was also my downstroke. Like C, I'm going to make this thick stroke. Wherever you are going downstroke, you need to give that stroke as a thick stroke. All right. So these were lowercase and uppercase. Now let's see with the sketch, children, from the starting of the alphabets. Now let's start with sketch pens. So quickly make your sketch pens ready. I have all my sketch pens. Let's start quickly making it. Okay, children? Chalo. Great. Let's start. Ma'am, is it C? Janvi, let me see yours. Yes. Nice, Janvi. Lovely. Lovely. All right, children. Now, let's start with, if you want, you can do it with a pencil. Otherwise, whoever is comfortable with the sketch pens, they can directly do with the sketch pens. No issues with that. All right, children. So I'm going to start with my sketch pen. I'll show you with the ones with a pencil also and one with the sketch pen also. All right. Now, very quickly, let's do a thick, upstroke thin, and downstroke thick. So here, this was my thick stroke. All right. So I'm going to give this a thick stroke. So here with the sketch pen I'm showing you now, I'm going up and I'm coming down. All right. So children, take any color of your choice. This was my downstroke. So I'm going to give this a color. Like a shadow effect. Like a shadow effect. All right. A. Now let's go with this small a. I'm giving an oval shape. Those who are comfortable with sketch, you can do with sketch. Otherwise, you can do with a pencil. And I'm going this A, forming a nice triangle over here. So children, this was my downstroke. I'm going to give this thick effect with the color. This was also my downstroke. I'm going to give this color, nice color. Only the downstroke part is my thick line. Only is my A. So where did I went downstroke? I'm going to give this color. This was my downstroke joining the upstroke. Inside the A, this was my downstroke. That's it. All right, now let's go with B. Downstroke. Okay. Now giving it a triangle till here, triangle, making a circle till here, and then coming down. All right. So this was my downstroke. Children, inside the letter I'm going to give it. So B, it's okay. This was my downstroke. I'm going to give this downstroke over here inside the B. This was also my downstroke. I'm going to give this joining the upstroke. This B was also my downstroke. I'm going to give this a color, nice color, joining the upstroke. This was my B. Now lowercase b, children, very quickly. All right. This was my downstroke. I'm going to color my downstroke line. This was also my downstroke. I'm going to color this. You can make a little big. This way. Now very quickly to our C. How was the uppercase C? Yes. So this was my downstroke. I'm gonna color this, joining the upstroke, joining the black line. Inside the letter, children, not outside the letter. Inside the color, inside the letter, you need to color inside the alphabet. All right. Now my lowercase c. How is this? All right. So this moon shape, upstroke, and then downstroke. This was my downstroke. I'm going to give this C orange. Don't touch the black line. Downstroke from here, making a triangle and taking a turn, like over turn. All right, now let's give this green D a little color. This was my downstroke, so I'm going to give this color. All right, so inside this was my downstroke, isn't it? This was my downstroke. So I'm going to give this and join the upstroke. This way. All right, now very quickly to our lowercase d. This ascending loop, halfway upstroke and then downstroke. I'm going to give a turn. Now, this way. A little triangle between these two lines. Yes, I'm going to show you. First, let me complete. Chavi, let me complete first. I'll show you again all the alphabet. All right, though this was my downstroke, I'm going to give this downstroke effect over here. Inside also there's a downstroke of the D inside over here. This was my downstroke. I'm going to give this downstroke, joining the upstroke. Very carefully, children. D. Now let us come to E. How was our E? This way, isn't it? So this was my downstroke and this was my downstroke. Let me give this downstroke colors. And from here, joining the upstroke. Look at the transition, children. Downstroke and then upstroke. So thick and then thin. I'm gonna not color it fully over here. Just I'm joining my downstroke with the upper stroke. All right, now my lowercase e. Like C, then joining my E. Inside the letter E, this was my downstroke, so I'm going to give this color. Again over here, this was my downstroke. I'm going to give this color over here, joining the upper stroke. That's it. Over here and inside the letter E. All right, now C. This is my A. Chavi for you, dear. A, B for everyone, in fact. This is C. This is D. And this is my letters E. Both the lowercase and uppercase. All right, pen or pencil, whatever you are comfortable with. Children, if you're comfortable making with pencil first, make it with pencil, but very lightly. Ma'am, show again. Yes. A, B, C, D, E. Chavi, I'm going to click a picture and send it to ma'am. All right, Chavi, you can then practice. Okay, now let's go to F. This is downstroke. Downstroke. From here, I'm going to give this, and this is small. This was my downstroke now, so I'm going to color this. That's it, only the downstroke. In F is this. Give it a thick one. Now let us go to F. Children, in F, we have both ascending and descending together, isn't it? So watch carefully. Ascending and descending loop is together. So I'm going to make it upstroke, getting it down stroke and then my descending loop. We have both ascending and descending loop in F. All right, did you get that? Yes. Now let's fill in the color. This was my downstroke. So I'm going to join till here from here. This was my downstroke. Inside the letter I'm going to color. Wherever your pen went downstroke, we need to color that part with a thick line. This is my F. Now my G. Uppercase G. All right, I'm giving this a descending loop this way. All right, so this was my downstroke. Like a moon shape, I'm going to give this inside and joining the upstroke. Again, this was my downstroke as well. I'm going to join this to the upper stroke. Joining the black line. Don't color this when you are turning this side. This was also my downstroke. I'm going to give this a little effect of G. This completely was my downstroke. This way. All right. Now let's come to our lowercase. Like A, I'm going to give this oval shape first. Like my A, oval shape first. And then little space in between, little space, and I'm going to give this ascending loop. All right, now this was my down case. I'm going to give this oval color. Now from here, this was my down case. I'm going to join this upper stroke till here. Hope everyone clear with G? Now let us go to our H. Now here is our downstroke line. Yes, Chandana, we are going to stop till J today and then I'll see everybody's work. Let us revise first. In the next class, I shall continue with K. Okay, now let us do with this H. All right, the same thing this way. Taking a turn and I'm joining my H. So children, this was my downstroke inside the letter, children. It should look like a shadow inside the letter. All right, over here, this was my downstroke. So I'm going to give this a little color. And this was also my downstroke. Little color over here also. This is my H. How the shadows fall in falls on the wall, no, if you stand. So the alphabet also should be seen like a shadow behind. But we are giving a color. The shadows are always black. But in Fox calligraphy, we are showing colors. Always remember, children, we need to follow the thick and the thin strokes nicely and carefully. Now let us go with lowercase h. It is ascending loop again. So I'm gonna take it up stroke, getting it down. I'm giving a little triangle, giving an angle over here, making a triangle in between this line, and I'm going to turn like a overturn and this. All right. Where was my downstroke, children? Over here. So I'm going to join this a curve over here. Downstroke. And over here also, this was my downstroke. This was my letter H. Now I. I'm gonna join downstroke. This is my downstroke. Let me give my downstroke a thick effect. All right, now coming to my lowercase I. Very easy. Turn. Giving a dot over here. Where was my downstroke in this? Here, from here. All right, this was my downstroke, giving this a thick effect. I. Now let us go with J. All right, J. Turn and give it descending a little. That's it. All right. Now, this was my downstroke. I'm going to color this downstroke, joining my upper stroke. This way. Now my lowercase j, downstroke, descending loop, and I'm coming inside, making a turn and coming inside till here. This was my downstroke and inside was also my downstroke. First, let me color this niche ka curve and then color this J. All right, this is my J.